What's happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Shanksy here, and today we've got a bit of a new video for you. I'm going to give you some very quick tips and tricks on how to get better at Phasmophobia, starting right now after the intro. What's happening, boys and girls? How the devil are we? Right, it is time to do this video for Phasmophobia. Now, you might be thinking, what the hell is Phasmophobia, Shanks? And that an awful good question. Phasmophobia is a 4-player horror game where you go in as ghost hunters and explore the phenomena in the location. Now, you don't have to worry about fighting the ghost, mainly trying to find out what clues to what type of spirit it could be while trying to keep yourself alive. Now, a lot of people don't know this, is I actually used to run a ghost hunting company. My missus still does to this very day, Twilight Ghost Hunts, where we do public event ghost hunts up and down the UK, right? I'll leave a link down below if anyone's interested in checking us out. Link to the Facebook and link to the website will be down below. So, I have been on tons of real-life ghost hunts. And I've got to be honest, guys, I'll put my hands up. None of them have been as scary as Phasmophobia. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, without further ado, what can we do to improve our play and increase our chances of getting the right ghost? Well, we're going to start right now. So the first things first is when you load on in, you're going to load on into this little garage. There's going to be pictures of your ghost hunts over there. You can play some basketball and all that type of good stuff. But this is where you really need to be going over here, guys. And first things first, go to options without a shadow of a doubt. Go to audio and make sure you've got a microphone there that they can hear you, right? So you're going to hit test. Give us a sign. Give us a sign. We heard you. Sweet as. That means my microphone's connected and I can talk to the ghosts in game. Now, you are going to use different buttons for talking in game. Now, V is when you're talking out loud to the ghost or when you're talking out loud to your fellow squad mates that are nearby. B is going to be your radio, your comms. Now, if you're using comms, the ghost isn't going to really drain your sanity. You're not talking out loud. They're not going to respond as much. But if you're trying to hide in a locker, this can still give you away, right? So, ideally, when you're talking to your teammates, you want to be using your radio. Now, if you're using a VR set, you want to be holding your hand up to your left-hand shoulder, I believe, and that will activate your your walkie-talkie, which is absolutely awesome. So, keep that in mind when in the game, guys. V for talking out loud, talking to the ghosts. B for talking to your teammates. Super important. Right, what about the items? What should we be looking for when we get into a game? And that's an awful good question, guys. So what we're going to do, for the sake of this one, we're going to create a private game where it's just going to be me here. Now, ideally, you want to be playing this with a group of 4 of you. It's so much fun. 1 person's fine, 2 people's fine, 3 people, it doesn't matter. You can play it solo, but in my opinion, this game really comes alive when you've got a few mates that can play it with you, right? So your equipment list to start off with is going to be an EMF reader, otherwise known as a K2, a flashlight, a photo camera, a UV light, a video camera, spirit box, and a ghost writing box. Now, these are the only tools you need to find out what the ghost is, okay? There can only be a certain combination of different things. But ideally, and this is honestly the best possible thing that you could add to this kit straight away, is a thermometer. Now, you will need to play a couple of games to be able to do this, but a thermometer is a very, very good tool to allow you to scan a lot of areas very quickly. And if it drops below 10 degrees, that normally gives you a rough idea the ghost is there or thereabouts. And that's where you can start setting up your cameras, setting up your kit, and start your investigating. Another good tool for that is the EMF reader as well. It allows you to scan fairly quickly, but not great. The best tool when going around, though, guys, is you. What do you mean, me, Shanks? Yes, you. It's your energy, right? The same as in a real life ghost hunt. When you go in there, you want to be calling out, you want to be asking for things to happen, and that is going to be giving you a lot of clues to where they are, what they're doing, that type of thing. They might turn the tap on, they might make the phone ring, they might open a door, they might flicker some lights, all that type of stuff you want to be looking out for, but you need to be asking for it to happen. Now, there are a few other things that we need to keep in mind, right? There are some other very good items as well, like the motion sensor, the smudge stick also needs to be used with a lighter, but these things are normally quest specific, or can stop you from getting haunted, from stopping the ghost coming out to get you, and hiding is very important. But what about in-game? Well, let's load on in and we'll talk about that. Right, so when you load into a van, there's a couple of things that you want to look for. All of your equipment is going to be over here with the ghost book down there, UV flashlight, normal flashlight, strong flashlights are going to be there. The video camera needs to be set up to be able to access through that monitor. Photo camera, K2, spirit box, all of that type of stuff is going to be on over here. But there's a few things to do before you load in. So first and foremost, you've got this button here, and the map of the house where you're going to be investigating is right here. So you can have a little look through and work out, roughly get your bearings. So we know that's the basement. That's going to be floor 1, and then that's going to be floor 2, guys. So that's going to be the upper floor, basement, ground floor. Very, very important, especially when you're working by yourself or working in the dark, or if you've got someone out here that can basically guide you through the house, is absolutely huge. That's going to be the front door. The green door there is where we're going to enter. The second thing you want to do, guys, is have a little look at the objectives on the board. Now, some of these things you're not going to be able to do. We came in here with a base level kit. So our objective is literally find out what the ghost is, get out live and make some money, baby. You know what I'm saying? So what can we do here? We can only capture a photo of the ghost, and we can only discover what type of ghost we're dealing with. We haven't got any smudge sticks as part of our basic kit. We haven't got any thermometers. Let me move myself actually just over here while we have a little look at this. So map here, button there, whiteboard here. Now down here is where you're going to learn about the ghost a little bit. They're not going to give you a lot of information. They're going to give you the ghost name. You want to avoid using the ghost name at all costs. Only use it if he's really, really reluctant to come out. Then use it to try and make him angry. But try to swerve using the name for no reason. And your sanity is here. The lower your sanity gets, the more chance that ghost will come out to haunt. The more frequent that will be, and the more they will target you if you are in a group. So, we know the ghost's name David Garcia. We know we've got 100% sanity at the moment. We are fairly good to go. But this ghost also seems to only respond to people who are alone. So that's another thing to keep in mind, guys. If you are in a group, split yourself up. Now, the easiest way of doing this, make sure you take the key for the building there. The easiest way of doing this would be to grab a thermometer and try and work out where we're going to set up. We haven't got a thermometer this time, so what we're going to do is take a flashlight, the video camera, and we're going to take the K2 to start with. Only to start with, guys. Then we're going to get into the house and I'll set up. It's also worth noting, guys, that you have a timer to set up to start investigating before the ghost will really come out and start haunting you bad. On amateur, you've got 5 minutes. Then it goes down to, I believe, 2 minutes, then 0 minutes to set up. It can start haunting straight away. So you've got a 5-minute setup time, especially on amateur, while you learn the ropes. When you get into the building to start with, guys, you want to look for a good place to put your camera down where you can see most of the room. So in this position here at the sink, it's going to cover most of this kitchen and most of that room there. So if there's any ghost orbs floating around, I'm going to be able to see. Now make sure you turn your camera on, and you don't want to have the lights on ideally while doing this. So we're going to get back to the van and check that camera. So when back at the van, this is how you're going to be able to see your camera. Now this is where it gets very, very easy with another player, because you can go in, get these cameras set up, then scan through these cameras to see if you can see any type of interaction, any type of ghost orb, and that is going to be one of the clues in your journal. But we don't see anything here at this point in time, and we still need to get it set up. So we're going to grab the K2 and start calling out, baby. It's also worth noting, guys, when you are going through these houses, look for hiding spots, okay? When the ghost starts to hunt, you need to be able to get away. So if this torch was about to start flickering, then I know the ghost is about to hunt, and I can jump straight into here, shut that door, turn my flashlight out, and hope for the best. When you're in these hiding spots, guys, do not be talking either on the radio or out loud, because they will find you. Give me a sign. Right, so I've just been calling out, asking for a sign, and the second I open this door, now all of a sudden we're getting a little bit of action on the K2. So, it's not guaranteed, but I think this is where we're going to start to set up. Give me a sign. Are you here? So, as you can see, guys, by the clips, we actually managed to get that one really, really quickly. It was a demon. I couldn't really see to any way to get it out, but we managed to wrap that up super, super quick and get out with our main objective complete. And we didn't die, which is always a bloody big bonus, if you ask me. So, honestly, guys, the biggest tips and tricks that I can give you is to be calling out, guys. Remember where you are. Listen out for audio clues, phones ringing, taps turning on, that type of thing. And that's around the area you want to set up in. Now, just because there's dirty water in a sink doesn't mean it's going to be that particular room. It might be next door, but that is the area that you want to be focusing your search on. That's where you want to start dropping down your spirit boxes, your writing and things like that. The other tools like the thermometer, the K2, things like that are very, very good for scanning very quickly to try and work out where you want to be setting up. When you're calling out, there's loads of commands that you want to be able to calling out for, but the ones that I find that work the best: give us a sign, where are you, show yourself, those type of things are the best one. You know, very, very open-ended. Give us a sign. Could be anything. Could be a tap turning on. Could be a light flickering. Could be a door opening. You know, give us, where are you? Always works. If you find a Ouija board, asking what your favourite room is or what room are you in works very, very well. All these type of things. Love this game, guys. Early access, I feel like there's so much more to this. And I'm super excited to see what they do with Phasmophobia. Guys, if you want any more tips, tricks, breakdowns, maybe map by map plays, anything like that, leave them down in the comments below and I'll do my best to get them filmed as quick as humanly possible. If you want to catch me over on my live stream, I'll be playing a ton of horror games throughout this whole month, because you know what? No one else does that, right? Get on the lead up to Halloween. You know, I'm trying to be original here, you know what I'm saying? So drop me a follow on Twitch. My link is down below, guys. But until next time, be smart, be strong, be safe, and ghost hunters, you take it easy.